At Camp Ironwood, a sprawling military base nestled in the rugged hills of Virginia, July 2027, Eliza Morgan stepped into the ranks with a plain uniform, her dark hair loose and eyes sharp as winter ice. She didn't speak, didn't meet anyone's gaze, and her silence sparked resentment from the start. During the first roll call, under a blistering sun, Sergeant Daniel Holt, a broad-shouldered man with a perpetual sneer, singled her out. "Who the hell are you, Morgan?" he barked, his voice dripping with scorn. "Some drifter?" The Squad 40 hardened soldiers erupted in laughter. They stripped her down for a supposed uniform violation, right there in the dusty courtyard. But as her shirt fell, revealing a tattoo, a silver wolf curled around a black blade beneath her collarbone, Colonel Marcus Vaughn stepped forward, his face pale. "Stand down," he commanded, voice cutting like a blade. "She's Phantom Unit." The laughter died. Eliza stood, unflinching, pulling her shirt back on with deliberate calm. The squad shifted uneasily, boots grinding gravel. Phantom Unit was a ghost story among NATO bases operatives who slipped through shadows, ending conflicts before they began. Nobody knew the truth, only whispers. The air grew thick like a storm brewing. Eliza's presence unsettled Camp Ironwood, a proving ground for NATO's elite. She didn't boast, didn't blend in, just did her tasks and stood last in line. To the others, that was weakness. At dawn, the taunts began. A cocky recruit, Ethan from Chicago, smirked and said, "Loose hair, scuffed boots, looks like she wandered off a festival stage." Snickers followed. Two women, Lieutenant Sarah Klein and Jenna Brooks, with flawless braids and polished gear, muttered, "This is war training, not a homeless shelter." A gruff NCO added, "She's better off washing dishes for real soldiers." Eliza gave no thingno glance, no retort, just a slight nod, like she was tallying their words. During a briefing, Captain Ryan Pierce, a wiry man with a smug grin, humiliated her further. "Morgan, explain this maneuver," he snapped, pointing to the tactical board. She stood, voice clear and precise, but he cut her off. "Sit down. You sound like a rookie reading a pamphlet." The room roared. Sarah leaned forward, venom in her smile. "Maybe she's just here to fetch coffee for the real fighters." Eliza sat, hands folded, knuckles briefly white before relaxing. The day wore on, and the cruelty sharpened. During a weapons drill, a stocky private, Jake, shoved her aside. "Move, charity case," he grunted. Eliza adjusted her rifle, jaw tight for a split second, but kept cleaning. "Bet she's never fire that thing," Jake's friend sneered. By lunch, the base buzzed with gossip. Who was she? Why was she here? At Ironwood, everyone earned their place through grit or connections except her, it seemed. That afternoon, during a logistics drill, Sergeant Holt assigned her to carry heavy crates alone. "Let's see if you can handle real work, Morgan," he taunted. Soldiers gathered, betting she'd fail. A tall recruit, Mia, tripped her, sending a crate crashing, rations spilling into the dirt. "Nice job, Klutz," Mia called as the crowd jeered. Eliza knelt, gathered the supplies, lips pressed tight, but never looked up. That night, a navigation drill through Virginia's dense forests tested the squads. No GPS, just a compass and faint stars. Most teams got lost in the brutal terrain. Eliza went alone, ignored by all. Hours later, she was at the finish line, face smudged, uniform torn, sitting on a crate. Two recruits, a wiry Spaniard, Luis, and a Norwegian, Ingrid, limped beside her, alive because she'd carried them 10 miles after finding them injured. The commander, a scarred veteran named Owen Grant, approached. "How'd you know they're out?" he asked, voice low. "I walked it during Operation Nightshade," Eliza said flatly. The name hit like a grenade. Operation Nightshade wasn't in any record. The squad fell silent, their smirks fading. The next day, during a live-fire exercise to clear a mock village, Eliza's squad excluded her. "She'll just slow us down," their leader Nate sneered. But when smoke grenades clouded the air and snipers pinned them down, Eliza moved alone, flanking the enemy with surgical precision. The drill ended early, the opposing team stunned. A trainer, a grizzled vet named Carl, Check the logs. Morgan's hits were flawless, he said. She saved your asses. Nate's sneer vanished. Eliza reloaded her rifle and walked away. The bullying didn't stop, it got nastier. During a mess hall dinner, a burly recruit, Travis, stood and pointed at her tray. "Stealing our food now, stray," he bellowed. His friend, a wiry woman named Chloe, dumped Eliza's tray onto the floor. The room roared. "Clean it up, mate," Chloe sneered. Eliza stood, got a new tray, and ate in silence, her calm unnerving the crowd. The next day, a classified briefing changed everything. A sealed envelope arrived from NATO Command. Commander Grant's face paled as he read it. "Morgan, step forward," he said tightly. "You're requested at a strategic summit in Brussels." Immediately, the room froze. The captain who'd mocked her choked. Sarah dropped her pen. Eliza took the envelope and left. The doors clicked louder than any shout. Rumors exploded. Phantom Unit, the White Shadow. Some called her a myth, others weren't sure. Online, recruits posted mocking photos, calling her a fraud. A rich kid, Dylan scoffed, "That tattoo's just for clout." They even started a petition demanding her background check. Eliza ignored it, doing push-ups by the barracks like nothing mattered. During a night patrol, her arrogant teammates tripped her into a ditch, laughing as mud coated her. But when enemy drones ambushed them, Eliza disabled them with a non-standard jammer. The trainer, a tech expert, whispered, "That's Phantom Tech. You're lucky she was here." Days later, a NATO memo marked Black Wraith Alpha confirmed her status. Operative Morgan, Phantom Unit. No further identification requests. Her orders are absolute. The lieutenant who'd humiliated her was reassigned. Holt retired in shame. Online mockers faced hearings. Dylan lost a sponsorship. During a medical drill, a smug medic, Greg, sabotaged her tourniquet demonstration, earning laughs. But the instructor, a no-nonsense woman named Clara, reviewed the footage. "Morgan's work was perfect," she said. "Greg's would have killed someone." The class went quiet as Eliza packed her kit and left. The resentment peaked during a hand-to-hand drill. 3 recruits, led by a brutal giant, Kyle, ganged up on her. "Let's see that tattoo save you," he snarled, tearing her collar. In 6 seconds, he was face down, Eliza's knee on his spine. "I don't need to be remembered," she said, voice steady. "But don't forget I was here." The squad froze, finally seeing her. The climax came during a public address. General Victor Hayes, a pompous man dripping with medals, mocked her. "No rank, no presencia disgrace," he roared. The crowd cheered. Then a radio crackled. "Operative Morgan assumes command of Ironwood's tactical operations. All officers report to her." Hayes' jaw dropped. Eliza stepped forward. "General, you're dismissed," she said, voice like steel. The squad parted as she walked to the command tent. A week later, a black SUV with no plates rolled in. A man tall, battle-worn, in a dark jacket stepped out. The base froze. He walked to Eliza, and they exchanged a single nod. She grabbed her bag and left with him, the SUV vanishing into the dusk. The squad watched silent. Consequences followed. The lieutenant's career ended, Holt's reputation crumbled, and recruits faced discipline. Eliza didn't look back. Her silence had always been louder than their noise. Have you ever been judged before you could prove yourself? Felt the sting of being underestimated? Who's the Eliza in your life, someone who rose above the hate? Drop your story below, hit that like button, and subscribe to hear more tales of grit and redemption. What's the cost of underestimating someone? Should those who mocked her face harsher punishment, or did they get what they deserved? Let's hear your take.